But look, let's move on now to a lighter story, and one which has me questioning management at Netflix. The Guardian reports Harry and Meghan to produce 2 Netflix series about lifestyle and polo. Non-fiction shows by Sussexes will feature joys of friendship and unprecedented access to the world of professional polo. And somehow it gets worse. It's not just polo. The couple will also appear in shows about the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship. Now, it's an odd move that a couple furious with media attention is furiously pitching projects to major media companies, but that hypocrisy aside, Netflix has previously axed a component of the deal, including an animated series which was dubbed Pearl. We know these shows don't do well and are widely mocked, so what on earth is Netflix thinking, making programming about the power of friendship and gardening with Meghan Markle? And in case you've forgotten, this is what a Spotify exec had to say about working with the couple on podcast ideas.
I wish I had been involved in the Meghan and Harry leave Spotify negotiation. The Grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them.
Tim, I mean, they've been labelled grifters by people that have had to work with them on generating ideas for podcasts. Please explain to me, what is Netflix thinking? What's the value in this?
Well, I can only imagine if they've got Harry and Meghan pitching a show about how to cook for all your friends, well, at least you'll have the benefit of a tiny budget, because what are they, 2 bowls of porridge? That should be enough for their current group of mates. They've shed a lot of friends in recent times. I mean, who could have predicted that moving to Hollywood and falling in with that crowd could somehow not work out well in terms of wellness, as the people in Harry and Meghan's circle tend to speak. But I like the idea of the polo stuff, though, because that's at least playing within their arena, within their upper class kind of zone. It kind of speaks to the background, at least of Harry. Not sure Meghan, growing up in Los Angeles, had a lot of experience with polo fields, but certainly it would be a lot more in touch with their wealthy background. So the polo stuff, yes. The dining with friends, not so much, Jack. Not so much at all.
Yeah, it's a great point. Darren, the other element to this, of course, is this is a couple which it's quite litigious, a couple, sues newspapers for breaking their so-called privacy. It confuses me because they're trying everything in their power to be front and centre in the media. They're monetising their fame, but when it's not in the way that they control it, they turn on the media.
That's right. It has to be on their terms. Beyond their own very limited experience in life, they seem to really struggle with content ideas. Obviously, as you mentioned, Spotify famously cancelled that deal that they had because they had no great ideas. They lacked direction, and Meghan seems to have very limited kind of talent. I mean, the only thing that's worked is Spare, the book that Harry released, which very questionable, bad taste, if you ask me, dumping on your family and airing all of that personal information and dirty laundry for public consumption and for financial gain. But beyond that, they've had no real success with their content ideas. And these ideas that you just mentioned there sound so bland and vanilla and not very relatable. I can't imagine they're going to be very successful on Netflix.
Yeah, but they sure will be fun for us to they sure will be fun for us to pick apart. So for that, thank you, Netflix. Don't know if it's worth $100 million.